To get these plastic trims off, you're going to have two T20s down here, and then there's a third hole that has nothing in it. You're going to see me take the top and the bottom off of this. That's not necessary. I was doing some other stuff, and you won't be able to get the top off without taking your ignition out anyways. The steering tilt lever just pulls straight out. Theoretically, you should be able to push that bottom in and kind of down and swoop it out. It's got two little hooks on the back of it without removing the top. And this next bolt right here is an inverted Torx, but you can put a 4mm on it, a 5-point, and get it off. It goes up towards a piece of plastic. It's good practice to hold that because it might break. There's another one on the other side holding the top in, and mine is already broken on that side, so you won't see me remove that. The inverted Torx, you are still going to have to remove that regardless of if you're planning on taking the top off or not. It's in the way. You can see those hooks I was talking about right there on the end of that trim. I'm removing the ignition here because mine's broken. I don't have those finger grip things and it makes it kind of hard to turn. It's the only reason I'm changing it. But you just need to press in there. Turn it forward like it's trying to crank or something and just kind of wiggle it. It'll eventually come out. If you still had the top on, you'd need like a L-shaped hook, but it'd be the same thing. I guess I'm going to let you know that you should have disconnected your battery because your truck would have been trying to start. I don't know. Repetitive information bugs me a little bit, so I don't know how other people feel about it. Alright, there are 4 bolts in this bottom trim piece. You got to take those out. They're right here. Alright, this is held in by like the same plastic clips the whole rest of every other part of this truck is held together with. But you know, it's like 30-year-old piece of plastic, so be nice to it. Alright, to remove your parking brake release, you're going to pull it all the way back, and then there's like 2 little just clippy things. You push it on both sides with a screwdriver, and it'll come off. Then the cable assembly itself, you just rotate that and it's a certain position that it'll slide back through. Turn your steering wheel all the way to the left and you'll be able to access this Torx bit here. It's a T20 just like the rest of them. And there's a second Torx bit screw up here on the top. Under the steering wheel and the floorboard, you look up and you'll find this wire harness. It's supposed to be bolted in and then it's hooked on this clip. You have to remove that bolt from the back. I don't have it in here, so I don't know what size it is. So you'll unscrew that bolt and then lift up and then pull it to your right. And you want it out right here where I pull it out. In between the 2 different wire connectors, there's a 7mm bolt. You have to unscrew that to make these disconnect. It's actually kind of long, so if it ain't coming apart, try unscrewing it some more. Alright, these are your 2 connectors. The black one's on the left, the gray one's on the right, and you just put a screwdriver in there and push out and down and it'll come off. Okay, so this 2-plug little bit here that you wouldn't have seen me disconnect because it wasn't hooked to anything goes to, okay, so there's this actuator type deal that's going to hook to the steering column, and down there is, we'll focus, a little black thing, and that 2 plugs will plug in right back here. You just have to follow it to that. Mine's unhooked, and it's unhooked from here. I didn't even know what that was, honestly. It might have something to do with cruise control, based on what I've seen on Google and whatever else. I'm assuming there's something wrong with it, and it's not something I want to get into, so hooking that back up's not going to be part of the video, but, you know. Once you have all 3 disconnected, you can just pull this straight out the top. Then you're just going to feed the new one in the same way the old one came out. Reinstalling them T20s.
Hi, what's up, gang sign ye? William jerked off today, yesterday. I don't know.
And if I did? The good news with these is you can't put them in backwards. You might be able to put them in on the wrong side though. And don't forget your 3rd wire if that's something you're into. Tightening back down that 7mm. It's an electrical connector, so be nice to it. Right now would be a really good time to see if this thing actually works before you put anything else back on. I got a new light switch too. It's kind of nice. My old one was super gross.